Hello Stampers, Kelly Acheson at stampabove.com coming to you from a very balmy Greenwood, Wisconsin today. You may notice that my tabletop looks a little different. I'm staying with my mom for a couple days while she recuperates from some outpatient surgery. So we've got a little different setup here. I've got a black table popped right up in her living room, and I filled up the back of my truck and brought it all with me. She said, bring it on. So today I've got a really easy fall card for you, and I am using the Seasonal Layers Thinlits, dies, and also the Colorful Seasons stamp set. This is one of my favorite, and it does cover all 4 seasons. So it's one of those staple bundles that you should have in your stamping supplies for sure. So let's get started, and I'll show you how quick and easy this card is to make. First thing I'm going to do here is bring in my cardstock layers. I've got a card base of crumb cake that's 8.5 by 5.5. Then I've got a scrap of our gold glimmer paper, and I just love adding that to fall cards because it gives it that pop of bling that makes it spectacular. I've got a piece of Whisper White that is 3 3/4 by 5. Piece of Blackberry Bliss to layer behind it that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and a scrap of Blackberry Bliss. So the first thing I want to do here is I want to get my die cutting done. I'm going to die cut this detailed leaf, which is just, it's one of my favorite elements in this bundle. I'm going to die cut this in my Big Shot, and then I'm going to die cut the outline that matches up with that detailed leaf on the Blackberry Bliss cardstock, and I will be right back. So once you have all the little bits and pieces poked out of this leaf, it's ready to go on to the background. So I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue here, and I just put it on some of the bigger pieces. And yes, if I was at home, I would use my adhesive sheets behind this and turn it into a sticker, which would make everything a lot easier. But I didn't bring them with me, so I'm kind of working with limited supplies today. Here we go. And that's going to fit perfectly on top of this Blackberry Bliss layer. All right, let me see if I can get a hold of it. There we go. The one time it sticks to your finger that you want it to. Oops. Now, I like that this is offset just a tiny bit. I didn't really intend to do that, but it's working in my favor. I'm going to bring in my dimensionals, and I'm just going to add one to the middle. This isn't a very big leaf. You don't need a ton of support behind that. I'm going to bring my piercing mat in here to stamp on. I've got a plastic table that I'm working with today, and it's not the best surface to be stamping on. I'm sure you guys know what I mean. I'm using Early Espresso ink, Old Olive, Blackberry Bliss, and Calypso Coral. So I'm going to start with the Calypso Coral and the bold image here. And I'm just going to start stamping somewhat of a collage on my Whisper White layer. I've got my Stampin' Chamois here to clean off my stamp. We're going to come in with the Old Olive now, and I'm just going to kind of fill in a little bit of the space. And we're going to clean that again. Did I mention this is a super easy card? I wasn't kidding. It is pretty simple. I always like to do my boldest color at the end because you can fill in with that. You don't want it to take over your whole project. And now I'm going to come in with that detailed leaf in the Blackberry Bliss. We're just going to randomly stamp that around here. It just gives the card kind of some neat interest. Maybe one more right over here. Now I've got the Life is a Beautiful Thing, and that's where that early espresso ink comes in. I'm going to stamp that right up here in the portion that we've left empty on our card. And then here comes our gorgeous gold glimmer leaf. Just going to put that right here. We can add the Whisper White layer. Oh. Oops, I just got glue all over. Don't worry, my mom has tissues everywhere. Okay, let's try that again. I like that 1/16 of an inch all the way around the outside. It just gives the white layer a pop of color with the Blackberry Bliss. We're going to add this to our crumb cake layer. Then we have a little bit of stamping to do on the inside. Now the front of my card says Life is a Beautiful Thing. So on the inside of the card, I'm going to bring in that Just Breathe, because I think that's a good saying to go with. Life is a beautiful thing, just breathe, right? Then we're going to add some of our leaves down here. And then the set also comes with this little leaf that I really like, and I thought that would be a good filler on the inside of the card. We're going to do it in 3 different colors, so we need to clean it in between. And the old olive. Isn't that just pretty? Just adds that little something to the inside of the card that makes it spectacular. So here we go. Super quick and easy card using the Colorful Seasons stamp set and the Seasonal Layers Thinlits. This is the one with that Adirondack chair in it that you've seen me use a lot. But don't lose sight of the fact that we have snowflakes in here. We have flowers. There's even a little cup with a straw that you can sit on the arm of this. And I'm saying that Adirondack wrong. Mom, how do you say Adirondack, the Adirondack chair? Somebody told me one time in one of my videos how to pronounce it. I know I'm saying it wrong. So if you're still watching me. Adirondack.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. All right. So I hope that was the correct pronunciation. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's that awesome chair, right? Okay. If you would like to order any of the supplies that I have shown you today, you can click right up here. That'll take you right to my blog. Don't forget to click down here on my subscribe button for YouTube. You don't want to miss anything I have coming out. And once again, thank you so much for joining me for this video, taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me. I really appreciate it. Make sure you click back to my blog where you'll find all the details for this card. And I have a blog hop going on today with the Control Freak, so I think you'll enjoy that too. You go down to the bottom and click on the next button. It'll take you to the next blog. Thanks so much, you guys. Bye-bye.